Welcome to Two Dudes Do. I'm Josh.
And I'm Shae.
And I'm Colton.
There we go.
Yay!
Welcome today to a very tasty little day. You know what's funny too? I used the Bean Boozled in the Two Dudes Before Do.
Oh yeah.
Because of who it was made by. Which I don't remember now.
Yeah,
Anyways, I have notes.
I have a phone with infinite knowledge.
Oh, I also have notes on my phone. Thank you for bringing that
The
up.
universe at your fingertips.
Honestly, yeah.
Today, as you guys have read the special opening, and you can read what we're going to talk about.
And the thumbnail.
Sorry. Wow. Oh.
Ooh, you got some Bean Boozled.
That's rough.
By the way, I forgot to ask you this before recording. I'm gonna need to do some pictures for the football thumbnail. I need special poses for that.
Oh, you mean when we're playing, like, we gotta do some new pictures? Like,
Yeah.
We gotta take some new...
Because I can't do anything without that.
Well, mine, you could say I'm holding a football, I'm gonna throw it, but yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, yours is... You're getting tackled? Okay, no, we can take some new pictures.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some new pictures.
So what we did was we went and, well, I went and got some research on Willy Wonka. Shae's been really busy today. And you know what's fun is I like to spring stuff on Shae. I just go, hey, this is what we're going to look up. Tell Colton. Which, did you ever get to Colton?
I told him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you look up some stuff, Colton?
You're
a bad guest! Just kidding.
Will did everything we said.
So did you. Anyways, so what we wanted to talk about was the old Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I decided that this would be a good time to do it. I saw something on the social media, so I was like, "Ooh, that'd be fun to talk about. Let's go talk about it."
Literally, I think 3 weeks ago, I watched the original Willy Wonka. So
it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I love
it.
that
If you guys
movie.
have the time, go check it out.
Still one of the scariest movie scenes in the world.
Oh, I have some facts about that.
That tunnel.
The main thing you need to know with the whole movie of Willy Wonka is 9 times out of 10, if you're seeing reactions on the actors' faces, it's because the director did not tell them it was going to happen that way. Most of the time, they were in the dark. They knew the script, but they had no idea what was going to happen.
They roughly
fancy.
Yeah, so literally like, okay, here's the set. Here's your guys' lines. Learn your lines. We'll roll with it as we go. Just react to it like you were a kid in a candy store. And they did, and most of the time they were a little freaked out.
I mean, can't you blame them?
I mean, if you look at Gene Wilder just a little bit, honestly, just look at him as a person. He's like, you could be crazy guy.
Yeah.
You could be a pedophile.
I love that one scene where they wouldn't go into his special laboratory and he just starts dumping like a shoe, some like...
Gives it some kick.
Yeah, he gets some kick.
Oh, the little one-liners too in this movie.
Man.
I mean, just
Or when he's,
fantastic.
I think he's like sitting on a mushroom, he's just sipping tea.
I have something about that as well.
I love that scene.
Let me ask you, is there any one part of the movie that you think did not fit in the whole movie?
Honestly, that movie's so random, everything fit.
That was the whole point of the movie.
I'd have to say, yeah, definitely.
They did it. A lot of the stuff was done on purpose by Gene Wilder.
Oh, yeah?
And the director. The director and Gene Wilder talked about a lot of the things he did. Like, for instance, the limp when he walks out.
Yeah.
All made by him. They never told the actors that he was going to do it. It wasn't in the script. He made that. And even the director was like, I don't think we should do that. He goes, the only way, and this is he said, the only way he'll take this job of being Willy Wonka is if he can add that to the movie. Because it felt
Ooh, notes.
he said it brought Willy Wonka to life. Yeah. So he's the one that came up with that.
Willy Wonka has a cane too, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was a lot of guys, a lot of the richer people back in those times in England had a cane they walked with.
Yeah.
So it was more of a thing that he thought it brought validity to the character. Kind of just how he was a little zany, a little different.
Yeah.
He just thought it brought that.
He's snozberries.
He
Tastes
was
like
supposed
snozberries.
to, in the movie, he is supposed to be pretty wealthy, right, too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The best candy maker of all time.
That definitely, put some validity to that one.
Like, you look at copyright material Snickers here, and then, you're like, now imagine that, but with one guy on the top.
Another fun fact, Willy Wonka was actually, the Wonka bar was created from the movie.
Yeah.
The whole reason the movie was backed by Quaker Oats was so they could bring in the Wonka bar to stores. Huh. Otherwise, it never would have been in circulation. And the candy itself flopped because they did the wrong formula, which Willy Wonka, best formula maker in the world, messed up the formula. It melted on the shelves, so they had to recall it all the first time. Then it was bought by who owns it now, whoever it was.
I remember I ate this Wonka donut in a bag. It was delicious for a bagged donut.
Yeah. The new ones, when the new person bought it out, they did a really good job on all the Wonka stuff.
It was like a chocolate-covered donut. And even though I didn't like chocolate, I love that donut.
I love chocolate donuts, man.
Interesting fact, The snozberries did not taste like snozberries.
No.
In fact, the wallpaper tasted more like paper. And that scene would go, oh, it tastes like peaches. Oh, it tastes like oranges.
And these schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
No, nothing. Just wallpaper. All acting. All acting in that moment. For real, though, in my real life, I wanted that wallpaper to taste like that. Like, you could do that.
You could do that.
I mean, only maybe one time use kind of thing, but you could do that.
1 second. Let me just put up this wallpaper.
You're like, you just put up the wallpaper. You're like, all right, guys. You guys can taste whatever wallpaper. This one has no taste. Oh, it's been licked before. Then go to the next one.
Be a good way be a good way to freak a guest out.
You're like, so good. Grapes. Like, what? The grapes of wrath, my son. The grapes of wrath. Yeah.
Don't quote that.
Another fun one. The chocolate river was real chocolate.
River.
Yeah, in the scenes where all the chocolate's flowing in the river, real chocolate. They put water and chocolate powder and cream to make the texture right.
Dang.
Problem with that, they're in a set of a film, so they've got these huge lamps baking down on this chocolate all day long.
Yeah.
And eventually, after about 3 or 4 days, the chocolate river goes rancid. And stinks so bad they had to stop recording.
From what I remember from being in drama for like a year and a half, and I'm pretty sure you can go with this, stage lights are very hot.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, it was just circulating hot chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like just you being hit with heat rays.
It's like an extra 20 degrees hot.
It probably would have made it had they not added the cream
Probably.
into it. But they needed the cream for texture, or else, as you saw in some of the scenes, it looked really just like watery.
Yeah.
There you go. So, but yeah, it got so bad they had to change it.
Jeez.
Yeah. And speaking of the chocolate river, who helped make that chocolate river? The Oompa Loompas.
Of course. Yes.
Oompa Loompas. Now, they filmed in Germany. Go figure, there's not a whole lot of short people in Germany. Who'd have known? That whole killing off a whole bunch of people to start a new world, I guess, had something to do with it. They probably killed off a lot of little people.
Probably.
But so they had to...
They're disformed.
They had to outsource to other countries. And most of those countries did not speak English. So half the time, if you watch the Oompa Loompas as they're walking around and singing their songs, they have no idea what's going on. They can't communicate. They don't know English. They don't know the words to the song.
Yeah.
They're just like... doing what everyone else is doing in those moments. Yeah, so the main guys you see are the only ones that actually probably... That's why they use the same ones to the songs. They're the only ones that probably knew English.
I'm just singing because I need a paycheck.
Seriously. And they treated them really badly because of that. And, well, I mean, they didn't treat them badly. You know, I mean, they just couldn't talk to them.
Yeah.
And because they couldn't talk to them, there was such a bad language barrier. The Oompa Loompas caused a lot of havoc on set. They were kind of little rogue genocides. They just run around, do whatever they want, cause problems.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they're Oompa Loompas. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Like, what happened to the chocolate bear? Oompa Loompa.
You know things are going south when you have midgets ravaging your set of a movie.
Exactly. Also,
Midget's gone wild.
The fun thing is, like, that could really, like, that's their character. They're Oompa Loompas. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
They're just Oompa Loompas. Like, we brought them in. Oh well.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's see, another fun one. Now this is why I say they treated the Oompa Loompas bad. In the Chocolate River, there was the boat, right?
Yes.
Okay, the boat, 9 times out of 10, you do a film, it's going to be on a track, right?
Yeah.
Well, they have a steering wheel on the boat, and there's Oompa Loompa in the movie steering the boat. They never told the Oompa Loompa actor that the boat was not steered by him. They didn't say it was on a track. They didn't tell anybody.
Oh, that's amazing.
So he truly thought he was driving the boat. So, like, if you watch it, he's, like, very serious. Because he thinks he's driving the boat.
That's amazing.
And they asked the director, should we tell him? They go, nah, it's better. He makes it look more real.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he looked very serious. I always noticed that. I was like, man, that one is really serious. Everyone else is having a good time. He's very serious about this moment.
It's like a death stare forward.
I would think eventually you would think, why am I turning? I'm not turning, you know?
Right?
You would think.
Yeah. Violet Beauregard, the girl that chewed gum, turned blue.
Yes.
3 days later after her filming, the last time she filmed the blue, she was in a math class. Her pores started exuding blue.
Hey.
Yeah, she started like blotting blue out of her face and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I assume because of all the stuff.
All the dye they put on
it probably
it went into the pores.
Yeah.
And it finally came out. She probably was sweating a little bit.
Yeah.
Math
This
class.
is a really tough
math class. You know,
yeah,
it's a bad test,
you know.
pop quiz. But yeah.
Teacher, I'm feeling sick.
Whoa, you're blue! You're turning blue! I can't remember.
Violet, you're turning
I
violet!
can't remember her name, or else, yeah, that would be what I would say to her. Oh, that's cold.
Oh, man.
Most of the chocolate bars that you see being unwrapped in, like, the...
Yeah, like when they're opening for the...
Made of wood. I mean,
That's really
I
sad.
kind of understand it though. I mean, that's a lot of chocolate they were just throwing away. If not.
that would be a lot.
I imagine their chocolate budget wasn't very high after the river. So.
Probably not. They were probably like, you know how easy it'd be just to get some thicker plates of wood and just cut them in squares.
Because you don't actually ever see it.
I mean, you look at them, but you
Yeah.
just think you're seeing the backside of
Yeah.
the chocolate bar, which would be flat anyways.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It probably would have been even easier just to do like a hard silicone mold, and just
Yeah.
a bunch of them, pop them out. No big deal. But most of them were made of wood. Very cheap.
Probably for productive value and speed.
Yeah, very cheap, very cheap. They were also pretty messed up towards the actors as far as not telling them most of the stuff was going on. They didn't tell the actors about the boat scene where Willy Wonka starts to sing.
Yeah.
They did not tell them that they were actually going to sing. It's actually the let me make sure. I want to make sure. Yeah, it's the only song that was actually taken from the book. So the book was the inspiration for the movie. There was
I knew
only
it was that.
one song in the whole book that was actually lyrically were taken word for word, and it was that song that he sang. So he actually didn't make that one up, but they didn't tell him how he was going to act.
Yeah, how he's gonna act saying it.
So every one of their reactions is normal reactions.
Okay.
They literally think Gene Wilder was going insane. They asked him afterwards, like, "What's wrong?" They're like, "Is he okay? Like, did he lose it?"
No.
He just was acting that good.
That's that
So-
impressive.
They were messed up towards the actors, especially Grandpa Joe. Grandpa Joe was in World War I in real life. The
Yeah.
actor was,
Mhm.
and he was hit by poisonous gas and lost most of his eyesight, so he couldn't really see anything.
Yeah.
So to make sure his face was always pointed towards the camera when he was supposed to, or wherever he was supposed to be looking, they would put a red light, and he would just focus for the red light.
I mean,
It's pretty smart.
that's pretty smart. I wouldn't say it's really messed up, but
I could just imagine, guy. Come on,
Oh,
Joe.
yeah.
Come on, Joe. Yeah. Because, I mean, there's a couple times he's like, where am I looking here? You can see it all over his face, like, I have no idea where to look. So he's mostly blind in that movie. Like, when he's running around the bed.
Yeah.
I think that was all real life. Like, he wasn't bumping into things on accident.
I can believe that.
I don't think he was doing the bumping things on purpose. I think it was all accidental.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
kind of mean towards him, but he got paid. He's
I
one of the
get-
most recognizable grandpas in all of time.
Yeah. He's Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe was cool. Also, the little girl Violet, when she starts really freaking out in the boat scene,
Yeah.
it's because she was really getting scared. She was really terrified.
Oh,
I mean, it's dark for one.
yeah.
Looks like they're going quite fast.
I'd probably
Yeah.
be terrified.
Yeah, I would not be happy.
And there's just some old man singing a really weird song.
Yeah.
It's like, am I about to die?
Exactly.
Maybe.
I thought this was a chocolate movie, not a horror movie.
Speaking
That's
of,
just about to be fun.
it kind of makes me wonder how horror movies would be if they used that same method of just not telling the actors what's going to happen.
I mean, I think that you'd get a lot more genuine
They've done that
reactions.
in a few
Yeah.
movies, few horror movies, and they were very good.
Yeah.
Also, along the same lines of, realism and everything, the whole candy set where everything's edible,
Yeah.
not true.
Oh,
Not
man.
true. I know, it breaks your heart.
Ugh.
The chocolate river's real, so
Yeah.
that was real chocolate. The gummy bears, only the ear was real. The rest of it was made
Like, probably-
fabricated.
Yeah.
So that, like when they're chewing the ear, it's real. In one scene, what's her name? The mean little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
She
She's
breaks
salty.
a chocolate. Yeah.
Last name
She-
is Salt. That's appropriate.
She breaks a chocolate egg over a rock in the movie, which they kept. And if you look at her left ankle or left leg, her stockings have like what looks to be chocolate on them. It's actually blood. She cracked open the egg and didn't think it was going to be real or wasn't going to break,
Yeah.
and it shattered and cut her leg.
Oh, jeez.
So they had to stop filming for a second. And then,
Make sure she's alright.
yeah, and they didn't change her stockings. Like, it's fine. Looks like chocolate.
Looks enough like chocolate.
Yeah. The
That's
gummy
nice.
bears that come out, jelly beans and stuff that came out of trees, those were all real.
Yeah.
But the trees themselves, not edible. The cup that Willy Wonka drinks from,
Yeah.
he was just drinking water. And then the cup itself was made of wax. So every time he took a bite, they had to reshoot it. So they had like 9 or 10 different
jeez.
wax. And what was inside was water, but it was getting wax flavored from the wax itself. So it was very
It's
disgusting.
gotta be gross.
And every time he took a take, and they had to do several takes.
Yeah, of course, the movie.
Speaking of several takes, Mike TV's dad,
Yes.
when they first introduced Mike TV,
Mhm.
his dad goes, only when you're when you turn 12, son, that's when he's going to get the gun, right?
Yeah.
So he said, I'll get a gun when I get older, only when you turn 12. Okay, that scene, just that one part where he says that, the dad says that, took 40 different takes. 40 plus, actually.
Why?
Nobody knows.
40.
They took over 40 takes to do this. They have no idea why.
Only when you're 12. It's that simple.
Probably one of the easiest lines in the book.
Only when
But the
you're
director wanted it a very certain way, probably make it kind of weird and creepy. But yeah.
Only when you're 12.
Speaking of weird and creepy, the director had a bunch of different thoughts for himself. Kind of funny how Slugworth shows up at every one of the golden tickets, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was theory, and then it was backed up by the director that originally the idea was that Willy Wonka placed every one of the golden tickets to go to a certain place, and that when he did that, Slugworth would be there already. He would ship him because obviously at the end of the movie, spoilers.
Like, you know, like a 40-year-old or 50-year-old movie. Spoilers.
If you haven't watched it, if you don't want to hear it, walk away. Okay, that's sufficient enough time. Watch my hand go down. When Slugworth shows up at the end of the movie, he's part of Willy Wonka's staff. Yeah. Well, that's why he sent Slugworth there. He actually was picking who he wanted to get the golden tickets. Supposedly, they cut that. They cut that from the movie itself because they felt that it didn't really add to anything. Yeah. So the whole backstory on that part was just cut, but he still kept all the video of him being there. Yeah. And it was supposed to be that Charlie was picked perfectly with all these bad kids, so Charlie would inherit the chocolate factory. It just kind of ruined the movie a little bit. So they kept him being there for all of them, but you know, because they filmed it. But the whole backstory idea of it was gone, cut. Huh. So that's why Slugworth shows up conveniently at all the golden tickets. Like, obviously he's not flying that fast.
Yeah.
Kind of sad moment though at the same time, because I always thought, you know, like that would be cool if that was the actual backstory.
That'd be awesome. Like, just imagine, like, you just opened up a chocolate bar. Money. Like that one soap you guys got me that had either like a $1 bill, a $2 bill, a $5 or a $10 or a $20. Mm-hmm. Spoilers, I got a $1 bill.
Yeah, $1.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The soap smelled good though.
I used the bath bombs, which would come with a ring, and you tell the ring. The ring could be $10,000 ring, whatever. $5 ring every time. Every time. Yeah, it's nice though. It was, you know, they're stage props essentially. They look nice. And the bath bomb worked really good for Shandy. So, and then the candles, same thing.
One day, Josh is gonna have like he's gonna melt all those rings down that make like brass knuckles out of them. Ring knuckles.
All your rings, bam! And I'll put all the colors across the knuckles.
Yeah.
Like, what's his face?
Make it look all fab.
Yeah. Charlie, the actor for Charlie Bucket. Yeah. Never acted again after that. He went and became a veterinarian.
Well, I mean,
so one time.
I mean, he chose a good movie to do it to.
Right. Probably still has money from that, I could imagine.
I imagine he still gets money like when it airs on like ABC or something.
I don't know for sure. I know that he quit, and he actually, when he was approached for it, you know, he read for the whole thing, but there was no actual script sent to him. They just told him to read the book. When he got hired for being Charlie, like, just read the book. You'll be fine.
That might make me mad if I was an actor and that happened.
I would be upset. I'd be like, are you kidding me right now? You want me to read a book? That's it?
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. But so he never acted again, probably because of all the torment he went through on this show. Yeah. I mean, they didn't tell anybody anything, really. Yeah. And then, like, the famous end scene, spoiler, the end of the movie when Willy Wonka yells.
Up and out.
Yells at Charlie about in his office. You know, he's yelling, "You lose, good day, sir." Yeah. No one told Charlie he was going to get yelled at. Because in the book, it doesn't really go that way. Yeah. He didn't get told that Willy Wonka was going to yell at him. So he was like, he freaked out a little bit. And the general reactions is what he was feeling at that moment.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
Yeah, so they didn't tell him that was going to happen. And Gene Wilder begged the director, because him and Charlie had gotten close over the time of filming, begged the director not to just let him know, like, he's going to scream at you. Because he didn't want him to think that it was Gene yelling at him. Yeah. You know, but he said, no, for the authenticity, I cannot let you know. Like, I cannot let him know that you're going to yell at him.
That's really sad. But talking about Willy Wonka and that scene, I love that his office has everything split in half. Everything.
Oh yeah, no, it was an interpretation of his mind. Cool. Yeah. How he never had anything finished. He couldn't finish things. Yeah. Even the sink, which didn't really make sense. I mean, because the piping was in half too.
That's impressive.
It's like didn't go down there.
Oh, it goes down somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I like to call modern engineering.
That's modern art.
It's like there's clear tubing. He doesn't see it.
It helps him.
Yeah. No, not cool. No. Do you know who sang the Candyman song? Nope. Sammy Davis Jr. Which was a very big name at this time, and actually really wanted to be the Candyman, but the director voted against it. He said the because of how popular Sammy Davis Jr. was, it would take away from the realism of the movie, him being the Candyman. He was really upset about it. He really wanted to be the Candyman.
Because they can.
Candyman can. Speaking of the Candyman,
which can.
I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I noticed it one time I was watching the show. When he goes to lift up the partition so he can walk out from behind the thing, you know, they have the bar.
Yeah.
He lifts up the bar and cracks a little girl in the chin.
Uh,
Boom! And just keeps on going.
That's amazing.
That's sad.
Oh, it was great. I watched it one time. I was like, he just hit the little girl with the thingy.
Oh, yes.
So good.
That's
so
amazing.
Good. But yeah, he hits her with the countertop when he walks in. Last little bit of knowledge I have is the phone for the Wonka. What do they call it? What's that? Did I write it down?
The what?
The Wonka car thing that he makes.
The Wonka Vader or the
No,
the Wonka car when they're going through that?
Wonka wash.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Wonka wash, right? It shoots out because it was ran on pure soda or whatever.
Yeah, on like
carbonated water or whatever. And so it pops out all of that foam. The problem is, to make that foam correctly, they actually had to use stuff that was really foamy. The problem was, if it got on your skin, it caused really bad irritation to your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to shut down filming for 3 days so that all the people that got hit by foam would swell up puffy on their arms and stuff from the irritation and had to get medical treatment.
Jeez.
Yeah. So when they're doing this, like, no! It's probably because they're already getting irritated.
Did the actors already know this?
Nope. They didn't know it was going to happen.
I see a recurring theme with this movie of just risky directing that paid off in the end.
Yeah. Okay, how I'd see it. I'm gonna need to go get medical help for 3 days to get this crap off of me. You gotta tell someone that.
Yeah.
They didn't know it would cause that problem.
It seems like one of those things that would be written at the bottom of a contract that you didn't read all the way through.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I signed that.
We'll get blistered by suds.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one more.
Ooh, one more.
Yeah, this was the more interesting. It wasn't like anything special. It was just what Willy Wonka says, like the inventing room that you were talking about shortly.
Yes, I love the inventing
If you
room.
remember in the movie, right before they enter it, he says something in German.
Yeah.
By the way, when he speaks in German, it was very, very close to the actual German pronunciations of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, very slightly off. So he took a lot of time to learn how to say this in German. But before entering into the inventing room, Willy Wonka gives an introductory speech in German with an accent, but otherwise phonetically and grammatically correct. It goes, Mein Herrschaften, schnecken Sie mein Herr, I'm butchering this, Aufmerksasken, Sie kon das Kasken and the Okay, so
Close enough.
their inventing room. He even pronounces the German R correctly and says inventing room with a German accent. The speech translates to, ladies and gentlemen, please give me your attention. You now come into the most interesting room of my factory, the most secret room at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, the inventing room.
Boom.
That's what he says in German, almost perfectly.
Huh.
So, just a little extra out there for you guys. You're like, what does he say? There you go. Now you know what he says.
Ooh, the coveted recording dog.
And you know what that means? It means we're coming towards the end.
Close to the end. But one thing I love, that when they go through the Wonka Vader, at the end,
Going up.
and they shatter through it, I just love that you can see the wire the entire time.
That's really good. That's really good.
I love that. When you look at old movies and you see that stuff.
Really.
I'm a little creeped out, though. I get a real pervy vibe at that moment, too. At the same moment. I've touched every button in this elevator, except for one. That one. The only one everyone in the world would want to touch.
Charlie.
Like, literally, every other button is like a normal button. The one button he doesn't touch, circled by a red dot. Like, this is obviously the best button you can press.
Yeah.
How is not the first one you press? I don't know. It's
Charlie,
just,
you
yeah.
want to touch it?
Where's it go? I don't know. I'm going to find out. Like, where does it go?
Hey, at least Grandpa Joe's there.
Yeah, and then they hit it and go, where are we going? Up and out. And
You said you didn't know!
I'll start to been exactly. Like, you didn't know. Oh, faster, faster. We'll never get through at this speed. What? I love that. We'll be shattered to ribbons. Yeah, no. Horrible moments. Horrible pervy moment. But kind of works it out. And then he gets into like purely like I'm your hero talk mode. Like I'm gonna give you the factory.
Yeah.
It breaks your heart a little bit. You're like, oh, so sweet.
The kid, he's everything he's ever wanted.
At the same time, like, where are you going, Willy Wonka? Like, you're not dying, so where are you going?
Oh, I'm gonna go take a vacation at the Bahamas. You know.
Where did he go? Did
We
they
don't
ever
know.
say?
They do not say where he goes. So it's like, did he stay?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Maybe he stayed to teach him how to do it all.
Maybe.
Still a little pervy.
What if he's actually pervy and he's just giving Charlie the factory and he has like cameras and he's just like watching him, dude?
Well, really, a really good question is, how is Charlie going to have any kind of life as far as getting like married or whatever?
Yeah.
Like you can't. But you want to come back to my chocolate factory? I live there. You can't say that.
My entire family lives in my chocolate
Total
factory.
side note: how would you pay taxes on that thing?
I don't.
Because he can't.
Did Britain have taxes? No, they did have taxes. Of course,
Yeah.
they had
Because
taxes.
I imagine
That's why we
like
left Britain.
that's gotta have some pretty high like power costs to run all that. And
It's gotta be expensive.
Because then at this point he's like 10 years old or whatever.
yeah,
He couldn't legally accept that. His parents would have to.
Well, Britain had some weird child laws back then. I'm pretty sure they could. I mean, my grandpa worked at 12 years old in America, so
Sure.
and that's a long time before that. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the whole slavery thing's a bigger part.
yeah.
Like, I own the Oompa Loompas. They will never leave here because they can't, or else they'll die.
yeah.
Yeah. That's something significant.
Like, everyone just glossed over that fact. Like, no big deal. Oompa Loompas, that's where they can live. They're happy there.
Well,
like,
to be fair,
what if they're not happy there?
He did explain like, oh, they were like at the bottom of the food chain. I brought them here to save them.
Sounds a lot like something else we've used that for before.
Yeah. I'm just giving you this defense.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything about this, but I'm pretty sure we used that same line in Africa once.
Probably, but
You guys are the boast of the boast. You're gonna go the tigers, the lions, the snakes that'll kill you, the spiders. Why don't you come to America? You'll be happy there with us.
we'll be safe.
So, oh, that sounds like great. You don't have to worry about getting paid either. Oh, what's paid?
What pay?
So yeah, I mean, I think we've used that line before.
Probably.
I mean, let's just point. It
I
out.
mean,
just saying.
they could.
They're stuck in a room or in a chocolate factory.
A
Factory.
a big chocolate.
Big chocolate factory. They never showed living quarters. Every time they ever showed them, they were working.
Yeah. It wasn't, but they did go at like 10 a.m., which is like classic work hours.
Yeah.
You never see them enjoying a break of any sort, other than to roll kids around. And they came at the request of a whistle.
Well, that's a red flag.
That's
right
a red-
there.
that's a-
saying.
I'll get out of here,
And
red
the
flag.
only the top white guy in the whole movie is the guy whistling. And they didn't exactly ever question him, like, how did the little kid fall down the elevator? How did the little kid fall in the river? How did the little kid get blown up to be a blueberry?
The nice thing.
How did the little kid shrink into nothing? I mean, they didn't ask.
Yeah. The nice thing is, in the next, like the later remaster of the movie,
Oh, the clones. That's
yeah,
good.
they show the kids at the end, like what happened to them. One's super flexible. One's like,
Stretched out.
I
Stretched
remember
out.
that, yeah.
Laffy Taffy. Stretched
yeah,
out.
the one that fell down the
The
chute,
whole shoe's covered in
just
garbage.
dirt.
Which in the original, she fell into a furnace, not
Yeah,
into a garbage
yeah.
chute.
Oh,
The garbage chute.
that's brutal.
In the original, in the remaster or whatever you want to call it, the remake, they said it only air on Tuesdays. It is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And they go, I'm pretty sure that garbage chute in the old one only fires up every other Thursday. So she probably has a pretty good chance.
50-50 chance.
I'm like, still not a big deal that these children are possibly dying in your factory.
Okay.
And by the way, let's just all point out the very beginning, they all sign a
Big
waiver, a contract which they
Yeah.
can't even read the bottom,
Yeah.
which is probably just saying, even if you die, no one can sue me.
Yeah.
That cool by you? Sign here.
That is good.
I mean, that could have been like the ending thing. Like, that could be the last line in the whole thing. They'd never know. Because the children were so involved in wanting to go in and go into the
Yep.
factory.
The dad's like, let us read that. No.
The automobile salesman dad wants to read it.
Yeah.
Because he deals with contracts and they're for suckers. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things in this movie. Like, it's a great, fun movie.
No.
But there's a lot of little things in the movie that kind of freak you out a little bit.
It doesn't feel
Just,
right.
you know, slavery and death and
Yeah.
possible dismemberment. And then at the very end, he was going to be unwilling to give it to anybody. He was just going to renege on his thing, like, no big deal.
Why didn't you just give it
You
to
don't get it.
Oompa
Yeah, they obviously can run the factory by themselves.
Yeah,
What-
they know.
You know why they can't give it to the Oompa Loompas? Because they're slaves. They can't own anything.
Loompa?
That's why. I'm sorry, guys. It's that time of year. This is not safe to be Oompa Loompa times.
It's not safe to be an Oompa Loompa. Watch out.
Is it ever safe to be an Oompa Loompa?
You know,
I don't know.
As
Have you
long
seen
as
the
there's
new, what is it, Jackass 2? All the midgets chase after Preston? I
Yeah.
think that's safe. That's safe times.
That's yeah. They had a rise in power.
I mean, the little people show on television. I think we're at that time. I think we're in
Little
little
people
people.
are strong in numbers.
Yes.
Hey, you know what? An ant can lift up 10 times its body weight. So,
Yeah.
actually, it's probably more than that. But
I think it's more like.
I'm just saying. Little things sometimes can just deal a big old punch.
Yeah. Like those little like mantis crabs that can like punch at the speed of sound.
Yep.
And that like create sparks that like blow up the air molecules underwater.
IRL Sonic.
It just punches fast.
Oh, it's crazy. No, you never seen it?
Never.
They, like
you gotta look that up.
Yeah, we'll look it up after this episode.
It's crazy.
They go up to like say aquarium glass and they punch it and they can actually break it.
It'll crack.
Have the slow-mo guys done anything, like recording those?
No.
That would be cool.
They probably have recorded it in slow motion, but it just looks like it's going in normal motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Really
oh,
fast. I mean,
whoa.
it's faster than the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's impressive.
That's a fast punch.
Anything else on Willy Wonka that we want to talk about? Other than Gene Wilder being a genius in this movie. Really, really conveying the fact that he's a slave owner.
I would like to say that in the once again, I really like the
newer one.
The newer one. I not as much as the older one, but it's more fresh in my head because I watched.
I enjoyed Johnny Depp.
I like the Johnny Depp.
I think it was interesting that they brought in his dad.
Yeah. My main thing with it, I would love to see, say, okay, Charlie gets it, yada yada, then, Paul, I know you're trying to steal my idea. 50 years later, now Charlie wants to retire and he does the exact same thing.
I'd love to see a new one where Charlie Bucket gives it away.
Yeah, like imagine, but like
that's what I thought they were gonna do with the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah,
I was kind of upset.
I imagine if his actual name was, oh, I'm Charlie Bucket, dude.
Yeah,
I just took up the Willy Wonka name because I'm the
You're
owner.
not Willy Wonka? No, Charlie Bucket. Always have been.
It's just the title, Willy Wonka. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I think it'd be fun, but they can't screw it up like they did. I don't like the new one.
I like the new one.
I just didn't feel.
But I love the.
If you're gonna remake it, you gotta do better, and they did not do better. They did good, but they didn't do better.
Yeah. So I really like Johnny Depp's performance in it.
Oh, Johnny Depp's a great actor.
Yeah.
Is he Colton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'd say.
I love the scene when they open up the factory and all the puppets come out and they just start burning. It's like,
now that was funny.
That was unexpected.
That wasn't the way it was supposed to go. All right.
All right. And he's just standing in the middle of the crowd. Oh,
his smile creeps me out, I think, the most.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the bug-eyed glasses, like, whatever, but the smile.
I know his dad was a dentist.
The smile was
like, you gotta stop right now, okay, dude?
He was officially crazy.
He was creepy.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
I mean, he showed he had, like, flashbacks and PTSD of can't have
He
candy.
did have some PTSD.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah, like, remember they were going down and they were, like, firing candy into them and exploding. He's like, just freaking out because his dad wouldn't let him have candy.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, that was so sad, too, that Halloween scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's see what you got here. Chocolate.
Poison.
It was like...
Erodes the enamel.
Just throws them all in the fire.
And he has this huge contraption. I'm sure his dad put him on there just to test it.
How do you do that to your kid?
And he just...
You want your teeth to have... You know, to get
just like this.
Teeth. Problem is, you're going to screw up your kid. Now, he's going to have perfect teeth, but he's going to be a serial killer. So.
Yeah.
He takes the teeth of his victims.
Just imagine, like, your kid's so
That
happy.
would have been a good twist.
Yeah.
Kid's
I mean,
so
they
happy
kinda did it.
trick-or-treating, and then he gets home, and you just take all of his candy away. Like,
I can't imagine it.
They kind of did that in... what was it? It was like not a scary movie, but it was one of those. It had the guy from Harold and Kumar, and it had Anna Faris. They kind of did it, but they didn't really go into it. I think a horror movie from Willy Wonka would be also a very good adaptation. Come on, kids! Come on into the chocolate factory. How do you think I make this chocolate so
Slams
good?
the door.
Yeah, the fat kid falls in the chocolate river. Like, help him. No. Let's see if he can make it on his own. Drowns. Oh, good. He'll be added to the chocolate later.
What?
oh
Wait a minute.
God.
What did you say? What did he say?
It goes in the protein bars.
Oh, okay. Come on. Somebody, director, please watch this video. Because this needs to happen now. I would buy that.
Think about it. She swallowed to a blueberry? Good. We were low on blueberries.
Juicer for Laffy
And then
Taffy.
imagine that button at the end that he tells them that he's never pressed.
Up and out.
Yeah.
He presses
It's like,
it.
why don't you go ahead and press it? And he jumps out of the elevator right as he presses it. Oh,
Yep.
right to the chopping machine for his everlasting gobstopper. The only ingredient he needed. Human blood.
The young child's blood.
A virgin's blood. Just saying, we've got the idea. We could run with it.
Yep.
Also, we need to do our Meatball Chronicles one of these days.
One day we'll have to do. We'll have to go into really in depth on that one. Like me sitting right next to my mic, just doing my most strict narrator voice, just day 1053.
And on this day, he wondered, would he have meatballs or bugs?
I haven't told you the story of the meatballs.
No, we haven't done that
I'll
yet.
have to tell you eventually.
I'm just saying. I think that they would be good. Anything else for Willy Wonka?
I got nothing else.
Colton, mind clear?
No, I got nothing.
Good to go.
As you can tell, Colton's a much quieter guest than Will's was.
Yeah.
He just listens and agrees or
This is
disagrees.
how I am, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the Colton I've ever known.
Yeah, not until you call him out who to stay quiet, unless the thing really bothers him.
Or something's really funny.
Yeah.
Then I can't stop.
There's an eclectic humor with Colton,
Mhm.
and only every now and again will you catch it.
Yeah. And then the other times when he starts thinking something funny, he's like,
Like in our Two Dudes Before Do.
Yeah.
He just started giggling. I'm like, what are you giggling about? Oh no, it's in the audio only.
Yeah.
Like, what are you giggling about? You said that thing.
Yeah.
I got a bubble. Anyways, okay, I think that's good.
I think
All
we're-
mine's clear.
Yeah.
We have some fun outros that we always have to do.
Yes, as
And
always.
they're all gonna pop up right about here.
Right about there. I'm gonna try to make them smaller so you can still see Josh's face throughout. Because the last when I started editing, like, wow, they were like completely surrounding Josh. Like all you can see is like the tip of his hat going.
Alright, so of course, like the video.
Or dislike the video.
You didn't make one, genius. Sorry,
I'm debating
guys.
on it.
Whatever.
I haven't shown you the buttons I've actually. My like those ones. Yeah, I made some buttons.
Subscribe. Make sure the notification bells are on.
Over there.
And of course, we have all these social medias that go across the top here.
Patreon.
Patreon's not really
Twitter,
social media. It's more of a
Instagram,
place where you
forgive me,
can
Colton.
support us.
Facebook.
You can support us at Patreon though. That would be
Ooh.
helpful. $1, that's like a soda.
Just one dude.
Yeah, I mean, $1 a month not gonna kill anybody, right, Colton?
Yeah.
No big deal.
What are you
You're
talking about?
diabetic.
$1 though?
Probably
Like, you're diabetic, $1's not gonna help you.
I mean,
Pretty much.
No, diabetics don't need money.
I mean, if you're using the dollar when you have diabetes and you're just like, give me a do.
Natural
Oh,
selection.
fun fact about dollars. 90% of what's in circulation has been in a stripper's G-string.
Ooh. I'm not
Isn't
surprised.
that great? Don't put dollar bills in your
Time to
mouth,
go
people.
convert all my
Don't put money in
into
your mouth in
$1
just
bills.
general.
I used to do that. You'd be like, oh, hold my dollar bills right here, and then go and grab whatever. Bad idea.
No.
Bad idea. I've not got hepatitis C or whatever, so I'm still good. But you're rolling the dice.
You roll the dice.
Sounds like a really messed up Russian idea. Just put a bunch of dollars, spin a wheel.
Like one of these for sure has hepatitis C. We're not sure which. 1 out of 10 though. Also, if you got like a $100 bill or a $20 bill, they probably had cocaine snorted through.
Yeah.
That's also another thing.
I think it's
Off of a stripper's butt in that case. So that's where it goes at the end.
two dudes that do getting matured.
Yeah. So like again, thank you guys for stopping by, watching the video. You got anything you want to say to these people? These fine individuals? The 6 of them?
You know, the 6 of them. There's 29, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. 29.
We're getting close to that 30.
Ooh, 30. It'd be cool.
You sub to us, Cole?
I think so. If not, then I'll probably get destroyed.
We're like, oh, it's just
He's like, if not, scroll.
give me your phone. You're in my house.
Get
Give
to
me
your
your phone.
subscriber right now.
Just like wait
We
till-
don't force people to subscribe to us.
Unless you're cold.
here.
Just wait till I'm asleep. All right. Something else.
Gonna create a bunch of accounts. Anyways, thanks again for
I
stopping.
feel like
by.
I cheat some of this channel on my own channel.
I mean, my channel's subscribed.
Yeah.
Of course, I haven't posted anything.
I have them reversed. Two dudes to do is only subscription is me.
There you go. That's it.
That is it.
So for 2 dudes would do.
And lightly food.
Have enough? I'm Josh.
Okay.
And then I'm definitely cold.
Or the Blind Bandit. How do you do?
Honestly, I wish I got more of my black lady.
Oh, that took a while to get out.
I had to think about it.
Bye, video.